It happened on an ordinary Thursday, the kind where nothing feels unusual until everything suddenly is. She was sipping her coffee, swirling it lazily like she had all the time in the world, when she dropped a sentence that sliced straight through me. "My ex reached out," she said lightly. "We're meeting. Don't worry about the specifics." Her tone was almost cheerful, as if she had just told me what she wanted for breakfast, not that she was inviting her past into our present. I stared at her, and she couldn't decipher what was behind my silence. For years, I had given her unwavering trust. I believed we were building something real. Shared futures, late-night promises, small dreams whispered in the dark. But with one careless line, she tossed it aside like it meant nothing. I didn't lash out. I didn't question her. The anger that rose inside me was cold, steady, and unnervingly clear. I knew begging wouldn't change anything. I knew fighting would only feed her ego. So instead, I reclaimed control. I opened my laptop with absolute calm. Within minutes, our weekend trip, the one she'd been obsessing over, was canceled. Without hesitation, I booked a one-way ticket to a place she'd never think to look. Warm, open skies. A coastline where no one knew my name. Somewhere far from her indifference. She barely noticed me packing. She expected sulking or arguments or some dramatic plea. But I simply walked out the door with my suitcase, silent and composed. The first invisible strike. By the time I stepped inside the airport, I could feel the heaviness lifting. Each step away from her was a step toward myself. Watching people rushing, laughing, traveling beside people who value them, it reminded me how long I had been carrying a relationship alone. Once on the plane, the hours in the air felt like a reset. I stared down at the endless stretch of clouds, imagining a life no longer orbiting her moods or her indecision. I didn't plan how to confront her. I planned how she would feel the loss she assumed she'd never face. When the plane landed, I found myself in a city of bright water and soft beaches. The kind of place that makes you exhale without realizing you've been holding your breath for months. From my hotel balcony, I watched the waves crash and understood one thing with brutal clarity. She expected me to sit in the ruins. I chose to walk out instead. 3 quiet days passed. I didn't post anything. I didn't drop any hints. I simply lived, really lived. I met someone, too. Someone easy to talk to. Someone who smiled with their whole face. Someone who reminded me I was worth more than being an afterthought. It wasn't romantic. It didn't have to be. It was the warmth I'd been missing for far too long. My phone remained silent. And then her message came. "Where are you?" The casual wording couldn't hide her unease. She wasn't worried about me. She was worried about losing control. I crafted my response carefully, not with anger, but precision. A selfie. Sun behind me. Ocean at my back. Relaxed, at peace. And someone else beside me, laughing, carefree, a reminder of the joy I had rediscovered. I typed a simple caption. "All good here." Then I hit send. Hours later, her reply came, frantic and unsteady. "Who is that?" The panic was dripping from every letter. Her confidence had finally cracked. And for the first time, she understood she wasn't untouchable. I let her messages pile up unanswered. Silence became the loudest message I had ever sent. By the next morning, her calls were constant. Apologies, anger, confusion, bargaining. She had expected me to fall apart. Instead, she watched me slip out of her grasp entirely. Days passed, then weeks. She tried again, sounding smaller than I had ever heard her. But I wasn't hers to win back anymore. The beach, the laughter, the freedom, it changed me. The trip wasn't revenge. The selfie wasn't spite. It was the moment I realized she no longer defined my worth. She thought I'd return. She thought I needed her. But I had already discovered another truth. I didn't lose her. She lost me. And sometimes the deepest payback is simply walking away without looking back.